And welcome to the channel. My name is Henning Pauli, and today we're looking at a Balaguer guitar that I can tell you absolutely nothing about. So it's a great idea to make a video about it that has information in it like, look at it, it's pretty. We're also going to look at the Seraph back there in gold, rose gold sparkle. That's a different video. So I've been running into the guys from Balaguer, Joe and the team, for years at trade shows, and then we talked, and then for years we didn't, and then just because we ran, we didn't see each other, and we never really did a lot or anything with each other until we started picking up conversations earlier this year and talked a few times, and they said, what do you want to show? And I said, well, I don't, whatever is relevant to you. And then they suggested a rose gold sparkle Seraph. And I said, well, it would be nice to show something else as well. That's not rose gold fucking sparkle. And everyone is showing their Espada model, which kind of is the one thing that I think Balaguer visually is known for. But nothing was really in stock that made sense. So when I met the wonderful folks from Balaguer at the Guitar Summit, they said, how about this? Well, I'm not the biggest fan of a one pickup guitar. You might be, because you play chugga stuff or doomy stuff. And see, a lot of people, when they start playing with the guitar for the first time to evaluate it, they will immediately go bam to the bridge pickup. I'm not that kind of person. I'm an old fart. I will start on the neck pickup every single time. For me, a bridge pickup isn't even anything for cleans. It's too bitey, it's too brittle, that's for the power chords, and that's it. I'm 100% sure that I'm wrong about this, but that is how I treat guitars. I will go to the neck pickup when I test the guitar, and I play and play and play, and I quickly go through the pickup positions to then eventually end in the bridge position. So for me, a guitar with only a bridge pickup has less value and is not that flexible. But you don't sometimes need the flexibility. So I'm like, you know what? This is a challenge for me. The reason why I can't tell you much about this is because I don't know. This is the Toro. That's what I know. I don't know what that means. It might mean it's a Strat body. It's a bit on the heavier side, even though it only has one pickup. And they're calling it a baritone. Technically, according to Wikipedia, baritone is anything lower than standard within the instrument range, right? Like a cello would be a baritone within the string family. So this is a bit longer scale length. And I could tell you the scale length if I knew it's a bit longer than whatever is normal. It's about from here to here. And in the fish scale length, which we once had, this is about 2.5 teenage trouts. Okay? It's a bit baritone-y. It's a bit longer. The whole thing is tuned to D. So instead of playing an E here, this will be a D. Why do I have to think about this? So this is this. Instead of G, this is actually an F. And that's a D, D minor. It's not massively lower, but it's lower. And it's kind of cool to have that in my arsenal. One pickup by a company. It's a company that makes pickups. I'm thinking it's a bare knuckle, but it might be a Balaguer. I'm thinking those are the two options. I don't know. It has Landon Bailey's binging in again, as he always does. Perloid. Pickguard. One volume. There's no pickup switch because we don't switch pickups. We can pull this for a single coil type option. We have a stop tail from yet again a company that makes hardware. We have locking tuners, unbranded by the company that makes these locking tuners. These locking tuners are made exactly by that company that made them. A roasted maple neck with a volute. We have designed in Pennsylvania, proudly built in South Korea. We know that. We have a bit of a shape here. Tiny shape here, nicely rounded off right there. Shape here. It's a modern Strat body. Big block inlays in this roasted bird's eye maple fretboard. That is very pretty. I really can only describe what I see, because this was a custom order by an artist who got a deal with another company that he had to take, no hard feelings, but then this was available to me. So I couldn't pick anything because the artist picked it, okay? There's a spoke wheel. We have lumen lace in the beautifully bound, very brightly bound fretboard. That's what I can tell you. I can also tell you that this would clock in as a Korea model at around 2,000, maybe 2,200. That's what Balaguer said. That's all I know. Let's look at some product shots and some sounds. Okay, before we go into the track, which I did with this, the one thing that confused me about Balaguer is recognizability. Now, the Espada, which is their offset model, is very clearly recognizable. But for me, the Seraph, with its pointy headstock and telly single coilish shape and sparkle, would anyone say that's clearly a Balaguer? I think they are probably tripping themselves over they are putting hurdles in front of their own recognizability by offering a too wide range of things. Like if you see a Strat and it's got the Fender headstock, chances are pretty good, unless it's a blatant copy, that it's a Fender, right? Headstocks and shapes are very recognizable and define a company's image. Now the Espada is such a guitar, but that's about it. Now this, I would see that with that headstock, if it didn't say Balaguer on it in beautiful silver, I have no idea that it's a Balaguer. They just released an artist model limited edition, beautiful 7-string, would never think that it's a Balaguer. The Seraph, I would have never thought right there that that's a Balaguer. But I think it's a bit confusing. And then they have the import series, which this is one of, but you can actually do custom orders. But they're also kind of always like a limited run, or like this is the run for this year, and, okay. But then they have the US models, which the Seraph is one of, past the $3,000 range. But then they're made in the US. But then you also have the super custom build stuff that Joe and the team make, one-offs off in their like even higher range. So you got the super high range, then you got the US range, but then you have the custom range, but the import range. So 3 different ranges, but then you also have all these different models, but not necessarily branded with the same head. It's what is a Balaguer? That is the question. I can tell you that I like the guitars. I can tell you that they're good instruments. This has inspired me. So let's talk about that. One pickup. I made a video for the Supro Airwave, an amp with a built-in torpedo and not a lot of gain. And I posed the challenge to myself. Play that amp without pedals. Whatever it can do in terms of boostiness and gain is what it can do, and it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And a guitar that's tuned lower with one pickup. That's not my world. That's not my world at all. And my challenge was make some music with it, arrange a song and make it work. And I really like where it took me, because it took me into places that I usually don't venture into. Here is Airwave.
unseen brush. Time slows down, there's no more rush. The canvas breathes, it speaks my name. The rhythm hums, it pulls me near. Creation whispers loud and clear. I'm riding the airwave, high and free, gliding where the sky meets the sea. Every thought's a spark, a melody on the airwave. It's all I need. I'm riding the airwave, high and free, gliding where the sky meets the sea. Every thought's a spark, a melody on the airwave. It's all I
So you can clearly see having an instrument like this that is in a different tuning than you're used to, and you got to think about what are the notes. And with one pickup, you write different things. And I really like that with our, 35 years of being a musician and guitarist, I can still be challenged and taken to places that I haven't been before. Here we go with the Tone King Imperial. It's in D right now. We're going to go to drop C. It's got a very nice thick tone. Listen to this. Yes, there's a compressor in the aux in the 1176, but it's still the guitar has the stain. Quite a bit of output. We're going to pull this. That's D now, not E. Rounder, warmer, on the humbucker, of course. Of course, Balaguer is known for the chugga-chugga, low, brutal stuff. I get it. Just watch Kyle Bull's channel. But I tried deliberately on the song to not go there. And so far, I haven't gone there, but we're gonna go there. God, that is so damn cool. Just that one step is so... brr. Let's go brutal. We're gonna turn the reverb off. Gonna go to the V30 cab and to the, let's start with this, to the Plex. So that is the Friedman Plex. It's not super high gain yet, but that's a very nice Plexi. guitar has a very thick, juicy, slightly fuzzy feel. That's actually what you could hear on the track. That was the guitar's doing, and it's nice. This could be, you know, your Doom thing, sludge beast. If you really want definition, go to the single cover. Single cover in the back, come on. You know, we're all different and we do different things. Talking about different things, we're going to go to the Lulis by Tube workshop. That gives us a JCM with a kick. And now we're in drop C. You don't need to do more than that to feel like a freaking giant. Go to the Ref 120, revision 2 or something. Look, this is the Toro. You can probably order your own like that, put pickups in it, different colors, maybe a different bridge. I would probably prefer a wraparound on this. It's a simple tool. Silver, sparkloid, pearly, one pickup, one knob. There's nothing extravagant about it. With that shape, you even look like someone who just gets the fucking job done on stage. Not a poser. You're just like, I came to conquer and I will. Don't celebrate me, I'm just doing my job. That's what the Toro says. It's a beautiful guitar, beautiful flaming neck there. You can order yours somehow, I don't know, at Balaguer. And with the components that this has, which I couldn't tell you anything about, but that's fine. The message is, Balaguer makes this, you could have one. I'll put links below and animals at the end.
Side down. Remember when we used to say that nothing could unlock our chains? Now it seems like all those painful efforts have been made in vain. The fairy tale is ending here, the hero doesn't get his way. I disconnect the telephone as hope has finally gone astray.